Scott Atlas, who was in the White House, was really one of the only medical representatives that was pushing back against Fauci. He wasn't getting a lot of TV time, but what he said is you get what you accept. In the end, whatever happens here, your rights are disappearing right before your eyes, and whatever you don't stand up for will be lost. And that is what we're up against right now, is are we going to step up as citizens of what is supposed to be the greatest nation in the world, the beacon of light and hope and freedom and liberty, and do something about it. I mean, our founding fathers told us this moment was coming. They said you're going to have to be vigilant, or this great nation, this dream we had of a free republic, a free people, will be taken away from you by the very things that we know it is. Funding. You can't have Central Reserve Bank. You can't have your bank all going through the same place. You can't let money come in and start buying your politicians. You can't have money start buying your news networks. Then you're going to lose news. You're going to lose freedom. You're going to lose the fourth branch of government, the fourth estate. So all of these things are hanging in the balance. And luckily, I'm very optimistic because this entire pandemic has been brilliant at waking so many of us up to the fact that I've been a little bit asleep at the wheel. Maybe I need to reengage.
This is kind of the phenomenon I'm seeing as well, that yes, people are basically facing a type of tyranny we never thought we'd see in our lifetimes, that our rights have been stripped from us. Government has powers they should have never been given, and they're getting those powers through emergency mandate, emergency declaration.
Correct.
And they're renewing this emergency declaration over and over and over again, even when they're admitting on record that the thing is over and it's the endemic state, as they're calling it, but they don't want to let it go.
What I want to make is a point on that. When we talk about emergency use authorization, I'm an ex-progressive, loudmouth liberal from Boulder, Colorado. I still hold the values. I want clean air. I want clean water. I want all those things. But I don't want you using those issues to enslave me. There's ways to get there. But every time I post and the work that I do, my old friends from high school and university in Boulder, Colorado will post. And I actually got in an argument with a really good old friend of mine. And I was coming to Colorado to do a march against, the mandated vaccine and saying there can be no mandate if this COVID vaccine is untested. And, one of my old friends said, "Thank you, I'll pass." And I said, that's really interesting because that's all I'm fighting for is the right to pass. I want to be able to pass on this vaccine mandate. I get it. You love the vaccine. You love everything that it does. You love the president that's forcing it on all of us. And because it's on your side, you think it's okay. I said, but let me make this point. Do you really want to live in that world? Because we've got to start having longer term vision. Imagine if it's not Joe Biden anymore. I'll just jump in your camp for a second. You love Joe Biden. You love this vaccine. But can you imagine a world where the pharmaceutical industry funds the president, get into office, and then cronies says to that, say, hey, we've got a new product we want to sell to all of America. We need you to determine that's an emergency going on. Emergency use authorization keeps us from having to do a safety trial. And now we can take an untested product and put it into every single human being by mandate that they can't go to work unless they take that product. Is that really the world you want to live in? Because here's the point. If you don't control your own body, if you are not controlling what's injected into you, you are so far away from having the rights of an American citizen. I would say that you have about the same rights as a cow. You have been reduced to cattle. If the government of the United States owns our bodies and can inject us with whatever they want, we're not even slaves. We are cattle, and we cannot allow this to happen. And I said with this friend, I said, so okay, you're happy with Joe Biden. What if Donald Trump gets reelected? What if he gets one of his cronies to make another product and forces it on you? Will you be happy that you allowed those types of mandates to happen? You know what he said? I hadn't thought about that way. That's a really good point.
Really?